Hey YouTube, Farmall 51 here at my favorite one of my favorite equipment dealers, Hudson's here, and had a couple more. Hadn't been here in a couple weeks. Hadn't really needed anything, run Toro mowers, so you don't have to work on them as much. If anybody knows me, I'm a Stihl fan. I've had Stihl equipment. My dad always had Stihl equipment. I've always run Stihl chainsaws, weed eaters, blowers, hedge trimmers, whatever Stihl had. And they had a couple mowers inside there, and I didn't really. There's a lot of people standing around, so it's kind of awkward to video when you're inside like that. But anyway, yeah, I grabbed a brochure right here, right quick, and they had I'd say they're pretty interesting looking mowers. I'm not sure. They've got this spring suspension on the front, which I'm not a fan of. And I'll tell you why. That's a little bit different. That may be the seat set up there, but some of the bigger mowers looked like they had some type of not axle, but steering arm that ran to the back. And I think this one here, this is one of the larger ones they had inside. So that there pivots up and down. That spring there, I guess, is like a shock absorber. But this bar here runs along the back. And the only thing that I know Ferris has this and some other mowers have this, but the only problem I have with that is if you're in really bouncy terrain, not really, even a lot of holes or uneven terrain, but you're bouncing a lot, or to me it seems like even if you're rolling across pretty flat ground, that it would affect your it would affect the cut to me, because that front would be dipping down. And as if any of you cut grass like myself, when that front dips down or the back tire dips down, it will lift up here. Or if this dips down, it'll scalp right through here on this side. And I sharpen blades as well. This is the most when I sharpen a set, this set over here is always the lightest used. This is the next, and then this here for some reason takes the most abuse of all the blades. You figure that would be this blade, but this blade here takes the most abuse. And I don't know, I'm not really, they hadn't sold me on that yet. And I know it's like independent suspension, but still there's a little bit of a dip. And to me, if you're mowing real thick fescue or Bermuda or any other type of grass, real dense grass, kind of like you see here, you'll notice a dip. Of course, I guess some people just don't care, but but yeah, I mean they're actually a pretty stout looking mower. They look like they're based off of Ferris design. I'm not sure who's making them for Stihl. Usually these companies they farm them out to other brands, so I'm not sure. And I apologize for being shaky. I'm on my phone here, but I figured I'd go ahead and say this while I was fresh in my head. Spindles don't look too bad. I'd much prefer the blade to be closer to the spindle, less if you were to hit something pretty that would stop the blade, that would be a weaker point there. And Kawasaki's on them. I don't know. I've always had Kohler engines, but like I said, they go up to a pretty good sized commercial mower. They had a 60 some inch mower in there. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Stihl, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind trying one just to say I've rode one, but then again, I don't know. It looks like it'd be a pretty nice mower. And they've got the seat I like. Toro has the independent ride on the frame, and I'd much rather have that seat. To me, that seat rides better. It's an expensive seat. It's like $1,000 seat, but that seat right there, to me, Does an excellent job. But yeah, you see this suspension here. This is sort of set up like the Ferris mowers. I don't know. I think Ariens was making some. Ariens was making some mowers for some manufacturers. And you know, it does sort of favor one of their mowers, not just because of the color, but the tanks and all, and that front suspension kind of does. But anyway, I don't know. I'll have to do some research and see who actually makes them. But anyway, and then Stihl may do them themselves. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I figured I'd just pass that along. Thought that was kind of interesting. I've heard rumors that they were coming out with mowers and for about a year or two, and I knew they had some in Europe, and they had some push mowers, and I guess they've dove into the zero turn market now. So, all right. Anyway, thanks for watching.